Hey guys, how's it going? Mega Gears here. So, I've been holding off on this for a little while. Decided to go ahead and just probably do a couple videos today, record some of those. And I wanted to talk about the mighty Avengers. Because considering the fact that we have this thing with Brian Michael Bendis coming, doing stuff on the main run of Superman, I kind of wanted to go back and look at some older stuff in Marvel. And the first volume of Mighty Avengers that I had read, I'm currently... Man, it takes me a while to get through certain trades because I'll be reading that and then reading other things at the same time. So I'll read one issue of the trade, then go and read all these other comics, and then a week later come back and read the next 2 or 3 issues. But the art's done. The cover and the interiors, all the interior artwork for the most part is done by Frank Cho. And if y'all are following me on Twitter or have seen some of my posts, you know my 3 favorite artists. If someone held me at gunpoint right now, I'd be like, okay, you got to name 3 comic book artists that are your top. Frank Cho, Sean Gordon Murphy, Kenneth Rocaford. Don't really even have to think hard about it. And it's crazy because I was really hoping that when Bendis came over, some things I'm kind of reiterating, I really wanted him to do a team-based book because the guy has proven that he doesn't really do spacefaring sci-fi type books very well. Guardians of the Galaxy, his run was okay, alright? I honestly feel like it wasn't as bad as people made it out to be, but it wasn't great. It felt off. It really felt like what the movies kind of are. And the movies are okay. I like the first one, Volume 1. Volume 2, I wasn't too crazy about. It was like a 6 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10 for me. But he can do team dynamics very well. And the reason why I say this is because in the comic, you have these things. There's so many thought bubbles, right? So the way they lay it out is that they'll have them saying something, then a thought bubble of what they're really thinking. And it works really well. It's actually pretty funny. There will be moments when Carol Danvers, who currently right now is the leader of the team, and Tony, because it takes place after the Civil War event, the first one, and Steve Rogers apparently is dead at this point. I don't think he came back or whatever. I don't know. I'm kind of a little fuzzy with that type of stuff because I haven't read all that stuff. So there probably is one issue somewhere that was and that I missed. I don't know. But yeah. So Tony Stark is the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the leader of the Avengers. Well, overlooking. He's basically replacing Nick Fury at the moment. So it's nice because Carol Danvers is trying to lead the team, be really good at it, but there's certain members of the Avengers that don't want to have anything to do with them because after the Civil War event. So they have, instead of having Thor, they have Ares, who's actually pretty funny because he's just the primal warrior. All he thinks is war, beer, money, women. That's it. So if there's a woman, he's I'm willing to mate with her or something like that. Or he'll be smite thee, or smite the fool who challenges me, or he'll just jump headlong into battle, which is crazy because Carol's this dude's an idiot and he's gonna get us killed. They have other members like Janet Van Dyne. And I like how they acknowledge the fact that she's a fashion designer. She's very stylish, has really good fashion sense. And they don't address that now. But it's this thing where her and Hank Pym got a divorce, right? So they're strange, but while they're talking to each other, the conversations in their head is different from what they're saying. It works because it's kind of you as the reader, what you're thinking, oh, they're not getting together. They're kind of going back and forth. And it's she probably, Hank Pym will be oh, she's probably thinking I'm trying to be nice to get back with her, but I'm not. I'm just trying to be okay, just keep the peace. And she's thinking to herself, are you really trying to get back with me after everything you've done? So it's cool how you get these conversations and then the things that aren't said are in the thought bubbles. And it makes, there's layers to the conversation, the exchanges. There's what's being said, what's not being said, what they're thinking, and how they're reacting to each other. That sounds well, yeah, duh, obviously. But the way it's played makes it more than just superheroes in a team fighting the bad guys and, that's it. or just little kind of small spats between the two of them. It makes them more well-rounded characters. And, you know, this sounds like basic writing 101. You know, I can't write to save my life, but I can tell what's good writing when I see it. And it's cool because when things happen, you care, obviously, but the way it's done with the characters, the interactions, there's moments in there you're like, this team is not ready, it's not fully fledged, they are not getting along very well, things are very rocky at the beginning. Tony, you can tell he's like, he really doesn't know what's going on. He's paranoid. He's already dealing with the guilt of the Civil War event. Carol Danvers is trying to prove herself. She's got to deal with Maria Hill and Black Widow, who are both like kind of pains in the neck, who don't think she's really prepped for what's going on. Then you deal with the fact that Tony gets turned into a woman? It's weird because Ultron comes back, which is why Hank Pym comes to help them. And Tony gets turned into Janet Van Dyne, like a copy of her, but it's controlled by Ultron. So apparently Ultron, because of the suit that Tony has, merges together with his DNA and he becomes like an android liquid human being. It's really weird. It's like some stuff from Terminator 2 Judgment Day, you know, with the new Terminator is like a liquid alloy type guy. That's basically her or him. Well, because it's Tony's a woman now, so it'd be a her, I guess. So yeah, you get that, and it's actually pretty funny because they're like, Tony's like a hot chick that looks like Janet Van Dyne. This is weird. And because, you know, it's Frank Cho. It's Frank Cho. So I think you get where I'm going with this. But yeah, it's pretty cool if y'all haven't read Avengers, because I don't know, I've been kind of just, I don't care about anything new about the Avengers. I don't care about No Surrender. So I'm going back and rereading things that I hadn't checked out, I've heard of but never read. And this is pretty cool. Apparently, Volume 2 has to deal with the lead up or during the event of, was it Dark Reign? No, it has to do with the Skrulls. Secret Invasion with the Skrulls. Yeah, that's what it was. I think after it is Dark Reign. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. If y'all have read this volume, let me know what you think. Maybe y'all spot some things I didn't. Give me your thoughts. Did you enjoy it? Did you not? How do you feel about Bendis, the way he wrote this? What do you think of Frank Cho's art with it? Do you think it works really well? Any other experiences with any Avengers books that you would suggest for anybody watching this, or even me to check out if I enjoy this or if I want to find more stuff? But yeah, guys, if you like this, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next.